And for her to be able to continue on with life at all is just amazing, let alone
Yeah.
to smile. And it just, then to see your bright, shining face smile and everything is just amazing. And
Yeah.
yeah, and so that healing process obviously worked for you. And so I
Mhm.
guess that hopefully gives people hope that, that tomorrow is brighter than today. You just got to get
Yeah.
through today.
You do. You do. And that's in all aspects of life and all aspects of loss too, right? I mean, yeah, I feel like when you suffer the loss of a child, that's the ultimate, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
there's losses of relationships, of jobs. There's all sorts of loss out here that people don't know how to handle. And it's like what I always tell them is you have to allow yourself to grieve and to feel. You have to feel the feelings. I was a stuffer. I tried to stuff like, okay, that too shall pass. That too will pass.
Mm-hmm.
You have to deal with some things head on. And you have
Gotcha.
to let yourself cry and snot all over the place and feel the feelings to get to the other side of it. So my whole mission in life is to help those who are living with loss grow through their grief and reconnect to their happiness because they can. You really can. I know it sounds crazy. You really can. Yes, I have my moments. I'm really surprised. I've been doing really a lot better because normally when it gets to talking about Patrice's story, the tears start, but it just depends on the day. And today's a good day. I'm
Oh,
able to say her date that she transitioned and think of all the amazing things that she was able to do in 25 years. She gave me two beautiful grandbabies. I still get to see her and them as often as I want to. I mean, it's still so many blessings. There's so many, as I grieve, so many things to be grateful for as well, if that makes sense.
absolutely, yeah. Well, how old were her kids when she
When she
passed?
passed, they were 3 and 5. I mean, 2 and 5.
Okay, so the reason I asked that was that so basically you are now their connection to their mom because you can look at them and say, oh hey, that's something your mom would have done, and then
And I
you
do
guys
it
can
all the
talk
time.
about it, and I'm sure that's wonderful for them.
It is, and their aunt too. Their aunt, everybody's able to do it too, and that's so great. Their papa's able to do it when they do especially the little girls, very sassy like Patrice was. We're just like,
Don't know where she got that
okay,
from.
little Patrice, yes, okay, little Patrice, you're ready to get it together. My mommy did that? Yes, she did. And so we're able to laugh about it and whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's a blessing to be that person in their life.
So, do they have any contact with their father at all?
Her oldest child, his dad got killed while she was pregnant with him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so her second child, her daughter, she actually lives with her dad. So he's in her life full time.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
is he the one that basically ended up making the gun go off on her?
No,
Oh, so
no,
that's a whole totally different.
that's a totally different relationship.
Okay. So he wasn't even the
So
father of the kids.
no,
Oh my gosh.
I
Wow.
know.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess that's a good thing. On one hand, you know, especially for the daughter because she still has her dad.
yeah,
He's still able to be that good father figure, which is very
and
important
he's
in a
amazing.
girl's life, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing how mothers are important to sons
Yeah,
and
and
and fathers are important to daughters. I mean, not to say that fathers aren't important to sons either, because they really are too. But it's
yeah,
amazing that if it's, I almost think, well, it's just as damaging, but in different ways. If a
hmm,
mother-son relationship is bad versus a father-daughter,
yeah. It is,
and
and I can relate to that. Right? I mean, it's just something about a daddy's love to a girl, to a daughter. You're just like, oh, he's my hero, he's my protector, he's my this, that, whatever. And when that's not there, you just kind of feel lost. You do. But I had a great relationship with my mama. I
Mhm.
mean, but her relationship with my brother was way different. I'm not gonna say better or worse, but way different. And
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, you could totally see. And I understand the differences, and it's okay. You know, I mean, I'm living the differences. I have a son, and I have a whole bunch of daughters. That relationship with my son is way different, not better or worse, but way different than it
Yeah.
is with the girls.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, and different to him than it is to the girls too, I'm sure.
exactly. It
Yeah.
is. It is.
Yep. Yeah, so that's what's amazing. I mean, yeah, we need good fathers, but we also need good mothers, and we just need people to be good people. I mean,
We
at the end of the
do.
day,
We just
and we
need good
need
people.
and kids need both. I mean, they really do. I
Mhm.
think our
They
society
do.
is trying to separate the two and tell us all that, you don't need two parents, and absolutely we do. And
We do.
we're seeing the results of single family homes or single parent homes left
Yep.
and right on the news every day.
Yep. I
And
mean, yeah, just it being just one person to take care of children, whether it be one or many, it's just not enough. You know, I mean, that's why the old African proverb, it takes a village. That's not a joke. It takes a village to raise one child.
Yep.
So come on, you guys. I
I
mean,
love that saying, and that's something I loved about just seeing life back in the 50s and 60s, that people helped each other and they came together, and when a kid was walking down the street being a knucklehead, if any one of the neighbors saw him, they'd yell at him, then go tell their parents, and then they'd get in trouble again.
Exactly.
And we've gotten away from that, and that's part of our problem.
And now it's, don't talk to my kid that way. Well, did you not just see what your child was doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? I had that, because it was coming like when I started having children, where people were trying to get in their feelings about you saying something to their child. So I would be like this: you could bring them over. They're more than welcome to be here, but they're treated just like I treat mine.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So if you can't handle, and I'm not quiet on how I treat mine. They get yelled at. They get their little butts tapped. It is what it is. If you don't like how I parent, you must take them with you.
I like it.
And that's just the way it was. It's so funny because the neighborhood kids, my house, and we lived in the inner city at that time. My house was the house. That's where they came. And then when they started all that mess in the yard, I remember one particular day, a newbie came through, and he was a troublemaker. He started some mess. All the kids were like, "Oh, you better stop." Tyrone, my son's name is Tyrone. Tyrone's mama don't play that. She don't play that.
That's awesome.
And so, because it was funny, they was like, I don't know how she do it though, but I know she hear us too. Like, she don't play that. Like, she's always in tune. She always hear us. So I just let them kind of work it out. Well, it ended up that little boy went on about his way because he didn't fit. And he was like, y'all actually listen to somebody's mama? Yeah, we listen to her. Like, she will whip us.
Yeah, it reminds me, we had a kid in our neighborhood, actually, in our cul-de-sac, kind of causing trouble with the kids and being a bad example and bringing over some sort of knife or something. I don't know if it was a real knife or some novelty item. I really don't know. I didn't see it. But I heard about it, and then they were talking about how much he was cussing at everybody and everything. And so I had my eye on him already. Well, then he was over, and he got a talking to by our neighbor who knew who he was. They know where he lives. And so he gave him a talking to about everything he was doing. Well, then right after that, I guess he got upset with the other kids, rode up, and started kicking over their bikes where they had them parked in somebody else's yard while they're playing football. And so I went tearing off after him out in the middle of the cul-de-sac, yelling at him. I said, hey, if you're going to do that, get your ass out of our neighborhood. We don't want you here. And he left, and he never came back.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you got to let them know. Unfortunately, certain behaviors are not allowed.
Yep.
And the ones that I had to get on, I would welcome back with love if they knew how to apologize and change. That was my job. If you apologize and we talk about why exactly, you got disciplined by me the way you did, then you're more than welcome to come back, baby. I love you. But if you want to still be you're going to have to go and be over there with them other whats, because I'm not dealing with it.
Yep.
And I'm not having these kids be influenced by it.
You know, and that's something we as parents, and especially, you know, since we're talking about how men can be better men, we as fathers or men in general, you know, we have a responsibility to uphold people to a certain ethical standard, and when they're falling short, we have a responsibility to say something. And do something about it. And if we don't, we're falling short.
Yep. And I just take the whatever comes at me because when I see kids in public, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I mean, literally, my husband's like, their parent is right there. Come on, baby. I'm like, okay. I'll stop. Okay.
It's Hobby Lobby. We don't need to make a scene.
Right. I'm like,
where were we at? We were in a store. Ah, shoot, where was that? It's something. It wasn't Michael's or Hobby Lobby. It was something else. It was something similar. Shoot, I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, we had a lady behind us, and her kid was like coming up next to us in line and like messing with stuff, and she was just sitting there kind of watching him, and then she'd kind of sort of say something to him, and he wouldn't come back to her, and I was like, man, I'd be grabbing that kid, pulling him back. Because it wasn't such a big deal that he was, you know, coming up by us and everything. It was just the way he was messing with stuff, and then she'd tell him to stop,
end up breaking something.
and he didn't stop, so it's like, that's when you step up and grab your kid and bring him back, but she just let him keep doing what he's doing.
I've had those situations, and then I'm like, did you hear your mom? Like, I step in like, did you hear your mom? They'll look at you like, how dare you talk to me? Get on back there with your mama.
That's awesome. You know, it's gotten so bad that, you know, I grew up out in the country, and so everybody has dogs out there. And, you know, when you go to somebody else's house, when they invite you in, you know, some dogs like to jump. And we always grew up, you know, your dogs don't jump on you. Our dogs never jumped on us because we wouldn't let them.
Right.
And we had another good friend of ours that put it really well for me one day. He's like, you know what? I'll put my knee in their chest. And he actually taught me to do that. And that's actually a good trick. When a dog's jumping, you just stick your knee out. You don't have to hit them hard. Just put your knee out, and it knocks them backwards because they're expecting to hit your chest. And all of a sudden, there's this knee that's out further, and it knocks them backwards. Right. And just a few times of that, and usually they'll quit.
You're like, never mind.
Well, some people get upset. And this friend of ours was telling me the story about this one time where he put his knee in their dog's chest, and they yelled at him. And he's like, look, I have a right to not have your dog jump on me.
Right.
I have a right to my space. And if your dog's jumping on me, I'm going to get it off.
Right. I don't want your dog jumping on me.
You know,
and you should train your dog not to jump on people. Actually.
Exactly. And so that's kind of where I feel our society's gotten to, where even dogs hold more importance than your friends you invited over.
They do. Yes. My husband was just talking about that too.
Oh, that's funny.
He was like, if I see one more person put a dog ahead of a human, I think I'm going to lose it. I'm like, just let it go, babe. It's not, I mean, it's not something that, you know, I know we have a whole lot of things that's going on in this world, but it's not something that we're going to be able to change. Yeah, I mean, look at how we're letting kids just do whatever. We've gotten so far away from how we discipline our children and what we expect from them. You know, trying to tell people how to train their animals. Yeah.
Well, one other thing I had here too was, and I don't want to forget to bring up, was you had a collaboration on another book.
I did. I was going to talk about the next book when you were ready. The second book that I wrote, it was a collaboration project. It's a group of 5 of us that we're called the Divine Five. And we wrote a book called Relationship Survival Kit. I do not have that one right here by me. Of course not. And I only have this one because I've been doing TikToks on it. But Relationship Survival Kit is how to reset, restore, and renew. How we reset, restored, and renewed within each of our relationships. But at the center of all that is God. So I talk about me and my husband's story. Some of the other ladies are talking about relationships that they had in the past with men or with their current spouse or parental relationships, you know, child-parent relationships. So it's pretty cool books. So awesome. And I'll get you just my information. And if anyone ever wants to order one, they can go through you, and I'll I'll get their information from you.
Okay, yeah, we can set that up, and if there's a link or something they can go to, we can always put that, in the description and everything, and get that out there for everybody. And
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah, this is really good book.
Yeah, and now since you're on Discord too, maybe we can have, especially if this turns into something we do more often, have you on the Discord channel, and we can have it links to everything there as well for people. So.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I have to learn Discord. This is all I know. Is what we're doing. That's all I know.
I love Discord. It's awesome.
Okay, so I have to learn more about it. It looks like a gaming thing as well, so I don't know.
It can be used for gamers. Use it a lot, but I mean, it can be used for anything. It's basically just another tool to connect people around the world. So.
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah, I would love to learn more about it and definitely do more of these. This is fun.
Yes.
So much.
Yeah, like we said, we can talk for hours on stuff. So.
We can.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. And then, what was the SOAR thing that you had?
So SOAR is the business that my business partner, best friend, sister. Then we found out we were really related. We're actually cousins.
Oh wow.
That's another story. But anyway, we built this program about the 5 pillars of the human being. So it's soar into your love story, your personal love story, by taking care of yourself, self-care, in your spiritual, your emotional, your mental, your physical, and your financial. So every Tuesdays, we do a Talk About It Tuesday is what we call it, series on YouTube. And we just go through, it's usually about 4 weeks that we stay on a topic. So we're taking December off, and we'll start back up in January. But yeah, and we'll start probably with spiritual.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, we'll put a link to that in the description as well, so more people can get a link to that and get involved. So.
Yeah, so when we give you this link, go ahead and subscribe and like and share. That's my
all the things.
All the things. Do all the things.
Yes.
And then I have my own business, Legacy of Love Coaching, and that's where I do my grief coaching. So.
That's right. I didn't write that down last time.
I don't think we talked about it.
I don't think we really did, and I knew you did some coaching, but I wasn't sure what, so I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
So tell me more about the coaching that you do.
So it's pretty much like I stated in my help statement. I help those who are living with the loss of a loved one grow through their grief and reconnect to their happiness. I consider myself a reconnection life coach. I am certified life coach, certified happiness coach. That is a thing. And so what I do is it's an 8-week program where I just take people through the strategies and the feelings of the emotions that comes with loss, so they can get to the other side of those feelings instead of stuffing them and doing the things that I was doing that's unhealthy. So yeah, that's what I do.
Is there anything that you specialize in or prefer, or are you talking all types of loss? Loss of a loved one, a dog, a job, anything?
What I do I cover a multitude of things, because a life coach is a life coach is a life coach. I can help in pretty much any situation, but we do a discovery call and we get on the phone and we see if we're a good fit for each other. Because I never proclaim that I'm assigned to everybody. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You have to really know and feel something in that conversation. I have to really know and feel something in that conversation. If I don't feel something in that conversation, it's either one or two things. You really need therapy, and I'm not a therapist, I'm a coach. So I will definitely say, hey, I really want to see you get the therapy you need, the counseling, go to a licensed, qualified therapist, or there's another coach that I could probably hook you up with. A lot of my men that come to me, I actually send them to a male coach, because, coaching is a relatable thing. You know what I mean? And I cannot help a man be a man. I just can't.
Well,
you guys go through a whole lot more other things than I go through.
Well, I think
but I can't give you a woman's point of view on things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Well, I was gonna say, I think you're gonna help a lot of men in this podcast right here. So.
well, and that's because I have you to feed off of too, right?
Yeah.
Like group joint coaching, like this is what this is. What you're doing, Aaron, is coaching. You're coaching men to be better men. This is what you're doing. So me being your sidekick for this particular conversation, it's just adding a little bit more oomph to it from a woman's perspective. But you do that every time you come on and you speak to the men. Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of responsibility on my shoulders now.
Yeah, so thank you for doing what you do, because we need more of you. We need more men. We really do.
And I feel like, too, for me, it's kind of been one of those things that, what you go looking for is what you end up finding. And so, of course, I'm finding all sorts of people out there kind of doing what I'm doing.
Yep.
And, so there's definitely a yearning for it, but there's still so many people missing the mark that there's more people yearning for it than there are people doing it. So
yeah.
So I'm just hoping that we can get out to more people. So
oh yeah, you definitely will.
So I'll have to get links and everything from you for books and YouTube channels and your life coaching, and all that stuff. So we'll get all that.
All the things.
Yeah. You can just shoot those to me in Discord, and then I can get those in the descriptions and everything, and we'll get people over to you that need to be in front of you. So
exactly. I always believe I'm open to my assignments. That's how I live it. So.
Yeah, that's kind of how I've been doing this too. Is someone is actually a chiropractor who does some energy work. Said that don't do this small, go big, and don't stay small with it. So I'm trying to do that and trying to just keep pushing forward and take big steps and leaps, and I figure God will put me where I need to be. So
he totally will, and I think he has. And if you just want that extra go ahead and look into being certified as a life coach. You'll be amazed on the people that'll come to you even more so that really need you as well. And and I can even connect you to another life coach, a guy life coach. He does a program called 30 Days of Do, but what it really is about is getting in all your things, like create a morning routine and creating habits to ensure that morning routine happens. And he coaches people, because he does men and women. He coaches men and women through that. But he also has a small group, which sounds like a large group, because every time I look up, it looks like it's more men involved, a men group. So I can definitely hook you up with him as well. Because I think you should go forward. You should definitely go forward with it, because you have the heart, the passion, and that's what it takes.
Yeah. I just want to see, I want my world to change around me, and I know no one else is going to do it. And so I'm kind of figure I need to step up and try to help other people be better, because that will make my world better. So it's kind of a selfish thing, but
no, it's not. Did you know Gandhi's quote, right? Be the change.
Oh, be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So
exactly. Me too.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, that's why we jive so well.
I want to see people healed and living their best life.
Yeah, because I think that's what a lot of our problems come down to, is just damaged people being damaged people, and not seeing, the forest through the trees, and seeing that their trauma and their torment is really what's holding them back and causing other problems for them too.
Yep, for them and those around them.
Yeah, and it's easy to get stuck in a mentality of blaming the world for everything when it's your own damn decisions.
Exactly. It's like, it's your choice to not go get the help you need. It's your choice to not take that first step. It's your choice. Like, stop. Look at yourself in the mirror, because you cannot control anyone but that person you look at in the mirror every single day.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. And then there are, evil people doing evil things in the world, and that's a whole other story. And maybe we'll have a discussion about that sometime. But
we should.
Totally.
We should.
I'm sure we could. I'm sure we'll go down that rabbit hole really far. So.
I mean, I think we can have like a whole slew of topics.
Yeah. Well, hopefully everybody out there watching finds this helpful, and if you do, or if you don't, definitely let us know in the comments, and tell us what you like, what you don't like, and help us do this better, and And if you like having LaShan on, definitely let us know, and we'll try to make sure this happens more often. We might do it anyway. We don't care what you think.
Whether you like it or not, right?
So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah,
Absolutely.
it's wonderful.
Absolutely.
So that's all the notes that I had. So if you have anything else you want to discuss, throw it out there. Otherwise, it might be a good time to get off here so you can go get your groceries and stuff.
That part.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful for you. I hope you took something away from this, and hope it can help you move forward. If you're in a situation that is abusive, hopefully this helps you find the courage and the hope to move forward. If you're having any tragedy, hopefully this is helpful for you to find hope there. So, again, thank you so much for watching this far. Please check out our Discord channel. Link is in the description. Please check out the books that LaShan has written and been part of writing, and the other websites and resources that we're going to have listed. Those will be in the description. Thanks again for watching. As iron sharpens iron, so too does one man sharpen another, and we'll see you in the next video.